Hello, and welcome to the Real Ram Fam. On my channel, I intend to provide you with a safe platform to discuss the intersections of your entire being, to be able to be comfortable in your own skin, in mission or position. There is no one like you, and we all have a purpose and message. I, for one, am a black woman, mother of four, a military veteran, and a wife, and a social worker, just to name a few. From my channel, I hope that you learn more about military families and social workers. Three of the social work values are my aim in each video: importance of human relationships, dignity and worth of the person, and social justice. No matter what you initially think when you hear social worker, there is more to the profession. Trust me. Stay locked in by subscribing to the channel, and be sure that you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Without further ado, on to today's episode. What's up, everybody? Good morning. This 10:30 on a Saturday morning. Well, let me tell you, this is for the birds. But hopefully, some people will join me, or if you guys come back and watch this later, I hope you all will enjoy. But on a bigger picture, hopefully someone will catch this and y'all will log in so I don't have to talk to myself again. Or people did join me the other night, but I began talking to myself. So again, this is my third year on YouTube, and so I would like to thank everyone for sticking with me who have done so. So what I'm going to do to allow more people time to catch on, I'm going to play this same video that I played the other night. It's just some photos of the family over the last 3 years. Of course, it's not very inclusive because majority of the videos are in their own separate video on YouTube. But it's just a little something that I put together for you all to look at. Look at how we've grown. And then it ends with where we are today. So I'm just going to share this little video with you. And of course, let me put my banner. The music that you hear, if you are not used to my channel yet, the music that's going to be playing while you watch is produced by my son, this music crew that he has. So you can go check them out as well on YouTube, Taking Back September. So let me hit share the screen so you can see, and I will get right back with you. Enjoy. Can't make it any bigger, I don't think. Shoot. All right, enjoy it. Start it over.
I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key. We've been really moving places, always on the low. I was shining in the tunnel cause I got the glow. People really hating and it really starts to show, yeah. We gon' level up again cause that's just how we roll, yeah. Came in with the sauce, yeah. Learned out from the boss, yeah. I've been learning lessons from the struggles and the losses. Praying for communion for the races since we lost it. I done had enough of it for all the pain and do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key.
Going up, think I need a piece of day. Showing up, but I gotta shine today. Oh my God, you paid. Drip too hard, can't catch his way. I find myself, I hate the same. Can't trust nobody. So much pain. Walk right in my head, went through the rain. This for the lost souls, don't need no fame. But they go to my name. Whoa, 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 going up. Riding on you now, but I'm too tired.
I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key. I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key. We've been really moving places, always on the low. I was shining in the tunnel cause I got the glow. People really hating and it really starts to show, yeah. We gon' level up again cause that's just how we roll, yeah. Came in with the sauce, yeah. Learned out from the boss, yeah. I've been learning lessons from the struggles and the losses. Praying for communion for the races since we lost it. I done had enough of it for all the pain. I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key.
Going up, think I need a piece of day. Showing up, but I gotta shine today. Oh my God, you paid. Drip too hard, can't catch his way. Had to find myself, I ain't the same. Can't trust nobody. So much pain. One grade in my hand went through the rain. This for the lost souls, don't need no fame. But they go to my name. Whoa, 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 going up.
I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3. Got this joy inside of me because I got the key.
Okay, I can see that this is behind online. It's very behind. Very behind. So I'm gonna keep the music playing.
I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the floor. I've been trying to keep it moving. Now we going north, going up 2, 3, up 2, 3.
I think that's the end. That might be the last
because I can't do this anymore. Left my past all on the
that's
floor.
the last one. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, this is the little short video of what we've been doing over the last couple of years. 3 years since we've been back basically in the States. That's what we've been up to. That's what's been going on. As you can see, the children have grown. They've adapted to life again in DC. And see, I'm working now into the school system too. I'm a social worker, therapist in the school system, if you did not know that. Let me correct that statement. I do not work for the school system, though. I work for an agency who contracts for the school. So where are we going to start today? Today, I'm going to pull up the articles that I did not get to talk about the other night. And I think a good way to start is with the news if you didn't already know. And I'm gonna share the links. I'm gonna share the links with y'all. And I don't plan to be with y'all long because it's Saturday morning. And I'm trying to just go get some rest. Shabbat shalom to fellow Jews that's out here that's enjoying your Sabbath. So let's start with the news that why is my stuff not pulling up? But while I wait for it to refresh itself, but if you guys did not hear the news, hopefully you did, that the police officers were charged in the death of Breonna Taylor, and my stuff still hasn't pulled up. So let me refresh it again. Why is it not responding? Because it's Saturday morning. But yeah, 4 officers were charged and found guilty yesterday. And I'm just gonna click on everything so I can make sure that everything's working today. I think they just don't want me to talk about Breonna Taylor. So I'm gonna exit that tab and just hit search and start all over again so we can pull up. Okay, there we go. So in Breonna Taylor, the U.S. police were charged over shooting deaths. I'm gonna start with, y'all already know that she was killed in Kentucky on 13 March of 2020, right? Just doing her thing. She was asleep. She's a hospital worker, 26 years old. That's it. So the federal indictment announced by Attorney General Merrick Garland accuses, I don't know why it says accuses, right? So we gotta use legal terms. Accuses the 4 of civil rights offenses: unlawful conspiracy, unconstitutional use of force, and obstruction. So, okay, that's it. Found guilty, didn't I? So the charge, because this article was charged, but I believe that I saw on TV last night the updates that they were actually charged. So that's good news for us, right? I'm still gonna copy this in here, post this, and y'all can go read the updates if you were not aware of what's going on. And that's what I'm here for, to keep us all aware of stuff that's going on. So I'm gonna follow that up with this video of a police officer in Florida. But what I want to focus on, and you guys can chime in on what grabbed your attention. But there's a police officer, so the title is Florida Police Sergeant seen grabbing officer by the throat is charged with battery and assault. So I'm going to share this video and then tell you what I originally thought based upon the title, and then how I feel and what I saw in this. Hopefully we can get a discussion going. All right, so let me share it with you. Florida, I tell you. All right. Come on.
The disturbing body camera footage led prosecutors in Florida to charge police last week with assault and battery on an officer. By the time Sunrise Police Sergeant Christopher Police arrives at the squad car, the suspect is handcuffed and in the vehicle.
Let me refresh and start this thing over. Okay, it won't start over.
Police arrives at the squad car, the suspect is handcuffed and in the vehicle.
You want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers? I will remove your soul from your body.
That is when another officer intervenes and tugs at the sergeant's belt, removing the superior officer from the situation. But the sergeant lunges for the female officer's neck, his hands eventually falling toward her shoulders.
Don't ever touch me again. Get the off.
The disturbing body camera footage led prosecutors in Florida to charge police last week with assault and battery on an officer. By the time Sunrise Police Sergeant Christopher Police arrives at the squad car, the suspect is handcuffed and in the vehicle.
Look at you want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers? I will remove your soul from your body.
That is when another officer intervenes and tugs at the sergeant's belt, removing the superior officer from the situation. But the sergeant lunges for the female officer's neck, his hands eventually falling toward her shoulders.
Don't ever touch me again. Get the off.
The disturbing body camera footage led prosecutors.
What I want to focus on in this situation. So first of all, when I read the article and I saw what was going on, right, initially I was thinking that the dude in the car was a cop and they didn't know that. So that they were going to find out in the end that this dude is a cop, that they've been arresting. But so you saw that, right? You checked out what happened is that the female, actually there's two things that I want to kind of pivot. I want to pivot two things. So one, it's the female cop who steps up to correct this officer. Why? Why does it have to be the female? And obviously you can see inside that she's smaller than him. She's smaller than him, and obviously, yes, she's lower ranking than him. Obviously, everyone on the scene is lower ranking than him because, they said so, right? So number one, why is it the female who's stepping up? It's always the women who come up and speak up for people. Also, the men. What I want to focus is that the fellow male officers did not speak up for her. They didn't speak up for her. They're just standing around there and just watching him put his hands on her neck. So what are they doing? What are they good for? They're not protecting our suspect, right? The black man, but it doesn't matter. He's a suspect. They're letting him overstep his boundaries. Didn't say anything for him. They didn't say anything for their fellow female. Say nothing. She's the one who's stepping up. That's what got me all riled up. All right. And then the statistics of white men who participate in domestic violence, that's number one. And then the statistics of cops who participate in domestic violence. But they're bystanders. They're bystanders to what is happening that is wrong. They're not saying any. They're not. I mean, you did hear one male officer said, sir. They didn't do anything. So that kind of goes, that's what bothers me about this. So that's my one pivot about the bystander syndrome, the fact that they were not protecting their female officer at all. So they are cool with this. You have heard cops say so much about someone being a bad apple doesn't mean that everyone is, but we're sitting here watching you not say anything. They're not, I know they can't be following protocol, because if they were, then the female would not have stood up. She would not have said anything. You're not following protocol. And this is why people die. So what is your justification? What's your excuse on why you didn't say anything? And this is what happened to George Floyd. Y'all stood around and y'all didn't do anything but stand there and tell everyone else to be quiet, get back on the curb, do this, do that. Why were y'all silent? So that's what got me riled up about this video. Now, obviously, this dude at the moment was okay. He was inside of the car, but he was about to not be. I believe that if she hadn't done anything, he would have gotten inside the car and done something, or would have pulled him out of the car and done something to him. So I digress, and I will move on to the next thing. Oh, sorry. So the second pivot that I have on this, which can be a topic for another time, is often it is said, and it is true, but people wonder why Black men go to white women. And the conversation is very, very deep. It's very deep, and it starts when our boys are younger. Is that white women have always been there for them, right? White women are the ones in the classroom. White women, it's them. It starts with white women, and particularly when they're an athlete, because that's where the conversation is typically based around. It's based around the athlete. And I've had this conversation before, but in this situation, it is yet again. Who came to his rescue? It was a white woman. I'm not saying whether or not I don't know who he dates. I'm just pointing out yet another thing. So when people have questions, because it's it's broad and so many things. You have to understand how things do tie together. You don't know, we don't know in one person's life or everyone in that neighborhood, everyone in that town, all across this nation, you don't know how many times a person, a Black man, has had encounters with the police and it was actually a white woman who saved them. Yes, a lot of the times it is a white woman who put them in the situation, but how many times was it a white woman who got them out of the situation? Or who has helped them through the situation, whether it was their parole officer, their probation officer, their lawyer, the person who gave them the most advice, that told them that this is what you're going to do, this is where you go, don't do, like, you just don't know. So those are just other conversations, so those seeds to plant that we can have at another time, or maybe table talk discussions that you can have on your own. So another video that I have. Okay. Pastors. Two hot topics. Well, I don't know if this other one was a hot topic, but one hot topic was about TD Jakes. This particular video was 2.5 minutes. I never watch the video, so I'm not gonna play the whole 2.5 minutes. I'm only gonna play the first couple of seconds so that we can talk about what he said, and then I'm gonna play another video of a pastor so we can talk about that one as well. Some craziness that's going on, y'all. It's real crazy. All right.
Women to be men. You are not applauded for your femininity.
Oh, he said you are not applauded for your femininity. That's what he said. Women are raised to be men, and then he said you are not applauded for your femininity. So now, check this. I don't know what's going on in this one either. This may be a class. I feel like this was a class, but because he said you are not applauded for your femininity, this pastor here, this joker.
See what I'm doing? Y'all do it with me. Like this, right? All right, and as you do that, right? Grab your nails. Like you speed it up. You don't have to do it any harder. Speed it up here. It's right too much. Try to go harder. Even more. Now you see I asked, right? So that's the one thing about it. Just because you want to go harder, doesn't mean they want it. So you have to.
At least someone said that he was a pastor. I didn't do no homework to find out who this dude is, but he came through my feed with he was a pastor. So
now what I asked was, I asked right here, do I have her to see it? See this key. I wasn't just going to see what I'm doing. Y'all do it with me.
Yo, that's crazy, y'all. Yo, I don't care what kind. I don't care what kind of therapy, marital counseling, like that. He needs to say, like, no cameras allowed, like no videography allowed. But whatever he is, it seems like he was getting a lot of enjoyment out of doing that, right? Yo, how is this okay? If this dude, even if this dude is a pastor, I don't care who he is. I don't care if he is the #1 sexologist in your state. Please tell me how this is okay. I don't think that if we were in some class, I don't think my husband would be okay with somebody sitting there smacking my butt to show him how to do it. Why can't you have them do it themselves and then instruct them to do it softer or lighter or hit it in another spot or whatever. That is just so wild to me. That's wild to me. But TD Jakes, okay. So, like I said, I didn't follow the whole controversy, but there was conversations about what he said. And if you heard it, if you were following, what were your thoughts about it? What did you think about, or even if you know the context in which he said it, of women being raised to be men. I know several conversations that have been said about, people saying that they don't need a man, that they can be independent, and all this other stuff. But let me tell you something about why I left. One of the things about why I left Christianity is about how it teaches you to be so independent, right? And not just independent, but selfish. So when people do say that I don't need a man and all this right here, and taking it back to that Eve is the reason that Adam messed up. Well, if that's the case, right, and people continue to live like that today and blame the woman, then why would she need a man then? Why would she need a man to sit here and tell her that she is the reason for something? You're the reason why I didn't get that job. You're the reason why this and that, and you're the reason why we're in this mess. Why? Don't nobody need that in their life? I'm just saying. So if you watched that, if you followed it, and you know the context of what TD Jakes was saying, where he was going, I would definitely love to hear it. All right. So last thing that I have pulled up that I didn't get to last week, I did not watch it. I was saving it. It's 7 minutes. As a therapist and social worker, I do believe that we can watch it together, and hopefully YouTube don't flag me. Hopefully they don't flag me for copyright. But mental health is a big deal that we need to talk about. Drug overdose is a big thing. And if you don't know, I am on the panel of a nonprofit called Energy Inc. It was called Inner Light, but it's Energy Inc. You can find them on YouTube and Facebook as well. And over there, we talk about destigmatizing mental health and drug addiction. So we'll probably get to this topic eventually because I shared this video with him. And if you check out Thursday night's video that I did, I shared a video on Black mental health. So please go back and look at that TED Talk. So hip hop icon Master P, they call him hip hop icon, but y'all know who Master P is. He was on CBS Morning Show, and he was talking about his daughter who died of a drug overdose. Again, like I said, I did not watch the video yet. I wanted to watch it here with you all. 7 minutes. It's probably mostly full of introduction, but let's watch it together, and then we'll see what comes of it. Go back to my thing, so hopefully I don't get flagged. Share.
Her song "Make Him Say topped the charts.
She said,
He went on to build an empire, investing in everything from fashion to real estate and spread.
Diamond painting
Look
is
at
the
that.
perfect
Look
way
at
to indulge in
YouTube.
self-care. Diamond painting is the perfect activity to relax.
A message of racial equity through financial empowerment. That was his thing, still is his thing. But today, the father of 9 is speaking in his very first TV interview about a very family tragedy. It hits very close to home, the loss of his daughter, Tatiana Miller. She was 29. She'd been battling substance abuse for nearly a decade, and she openly discussed her struggle with addiction on the reality series Growing Up Hip Hop, where Master P and his son, Romeo Miller, encouraged Tatiana to get help. In May, though, Tatiana lost her battle with addiction and died by accidental overdose. Master P is now turning this heartbreaking loss into a mission, and he joins us now here on CBS Mornings. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so sorry it's under these circumstances because it's not the natural order of things for parents to outlive their children.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's very hard.
Coming from where I come from, coming from poverty, you would think that you would outlive your kids, and that was the mission.
Yeah.
And I feel like going to my daughter's funeral, I feel like I went to my own funeral, and I don't even want to go to no more funerals.
Mm-hmm. How were you notified, Percy, that she had?
My other daughter called me. Mm-hmm. It was the worst call that a parent can get. Mm-hmm. And knowing that you are successful, and my sympathy go out to everybody that lost a child. Mm-hmm. When you look at this, and I said, I'm gonna turn my pain into passion, and I'm gonna turn it into a purpose because I can't get my daughter back.
Yeah, I
love her. I think about her every day, and it took me and my family to go through something that I just can't stop thinking about. But I realized that I have to get out here and help and save other kids. So,
but did you think she was getting better? Because she had talked very openly about it. You as a family had talked very openly about getting her help on the show. Did you think she was getting better?
Oh yeah, no, she was getting better. We had just got out of rehab, and she was on the right track. Mm-hmm. And the sad thing about it, I know that my daughter said, I want to be the president. I want she was getting herself I want to do something to help people, and that's why I said, my daughter has been my parachute, and she was writing a book. I said we have to get rid of the negative things and replace it with positive things.
Mm-hmm. When you look back on it, do you think that there are things that you should have done, not have done, things you should have said that you didn't say? Are you playing that tape in your head?
Oh, no, every parent do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have done more. I feel like, but you never know. Like you think, we've been going through this for 9 years, so you think, oh, you know what? She's going to get past this. We're going to go on and live happily ever after.
She's an adult.
And she's an adult. Yeah. It's been plenty of times to where I was in situations that I had to, even if the police was involved, like she could go where she wants. She's over 18. Mm-hmm. So I had to deal with that struggle and pain. Mm-hmm. But my daughter had a lot of life left in her.
Yeah.
And she was a happy woman that knew that tomorrow she could do something better. So,
and when something like this happens, it affects the whole family.
Yes.
What did you do as a family to get through this? What have you been doing? What are you saying?
Well, my thing is anybody that's watching this, love your loved ones while they're here. Because once you walk out that door, you never know who's going to come back.
Did you speak to your own family about it? What did you do?
I did a family meeting. And
after her death?
Yes.
And what did you say in the family meeting?
Well, I asked my kids, I say, what am I doing wrong? And so, some of the kids say, you are controlling. So I had to look in my own mirror and say, that's true, but I've only built parameters for protection out of love because I know where I come from and what I've been through. And when you look at mental illness and substance abuse, it's serious. It affects everybody, Black, white, Asian, Latino, rich, poor. You look at now fentanyl, just a little thing of fentanyl, it's destroying
Take your life.
Take your life. I watched on the news today to where a mother was talking about her son was a good kid and he just went left one time and brought some pill and it killed him. So my thing is, it hurts so much as a family. Like we go, so for me, I broke so many stereotypes and I'm telling my kids, I told my son Romeo, I said, you know what? I broke a whole lot of stereotypes and curses that now you got to break, because he's my hero. Romeo is my hero.
Romeo is, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like now he could change the next generation.
Because you work so hard to make sure that they didn't have the life that you had.
Yes.
Isn't that the point you're making?
And it's tough because when you lose somebody, they're not coming back. So when I got that phone call, I realized that my daughter's never coming back.
Yeah.
And that's the heartbreaking thing about this. And that's why I said, let me team up with NAMI. Let me team up with ARJ Cares. These are doctors. These are people that believe. I want to help people that look like us, We want to bring awareness to this. We want to save these. My whole purpose is now is, I don't know why you put me through this, God, and I'm not going to question you, but I'm going to get out here and save millions. I'm going to help. I'm going to do something.
And so your bottom line message to people who are worried about their own children or who are going through this is to do what?
You know what? Talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't hold this as
people
a
are
secret.
Afraid to talk about
Stop, because when you talk about mental illness and you talk about substance abuse, people don't want to say this happened to my kid, but this is affecting us as Americans. If this is affecting people international, don't be afraid. And I'm even telling companies all across the world, like, stop holding this as a secret, because even me starting a brand, Soldier Snacks, I say, you know what? There's so many mental illness when you deal with soldiers going out there fighting for us, for our country. But who talks to these people? Who comfort them? Even like my daughter, when she's going through something, to her friends, because we just dealt with several of her friends losing their lives, and we never thought this would hit our house.
Well, nobody ever does, but people are looking at you today saying, if it can happen to you, and all that you have, it can happen to anybody. And you want people to know this can be avoided, but we do have to speak about it. We thank you. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry this has happened.
Yes.
Okay, that was a pretty good interview. If you guys have any thoughts, that would be nice. And so with that being said, I'm gonna put this banner. If that triggered anything for anybody, please reach out for help. It may not be national suicide, but you can also get help with the if you're in DC, you can call 311 for the 24-hour helpline. Then there is a national line that I do not have committed to memory, but if you go check out Energy, we have that posted. There's this one, but the National Suicide Helpline, that will get you to wherever it is that you need to be. All right. So with that being said, that hits on everything that we do talk about on Energy. So please check us out over there. I like some of the stuff that he was saying. And so as your fellow Black therapist, I would like to say to you, we do need to destigmatize mental health. We need to destigmatize drug addiction. And let's not have family secrets. Let's learn to be vulnerable and be able to talk about things that are occurring. Let's not kind of hide over or, kind of gloss over the fact when someone is struggling with whatever it is. Let's not just say that person is like that person says it's that, they're crazy, they'll get over it, or even, here's a thing that was stated on one of our lives on Energy by our substance abuse panelist. Or maybe I said it. Somebody said it, or maybe it was probably a guest. I think it was a guest who said it and said it best. The best thing to do is to just continue loving your loved one, to feed them. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the basic thing that people need is food. They need food and water. So yes, you know that your family member may be a drug addict. You may know that they may be a thief, that they may be this or that. And so when you continue to push them away and say that they're not welcome at your house or whatever, and you see them coming knocking on the door and you want to, shoot them away or whatever, I'm not saying to feed their habit, give them money or whatever. Hey, they need some food. Give them some food, because you never know that in the next hour or the next day, you're going to get that phone call that they're dead. When they came and they reached out to you for some food, for some water. And why do they want that money? It might be to go get some drugs or whatever. But the thing is for them to know that their family is there and that they have a place to go. Love them through whatever it is. Love them through it. So with all of that being said, if there have no comments, no questions, it's been 3 years. Y'all been sticking with me. There's more to come. I'm going to get better and better and better at this thing. And let me know what type of other shows you would like to see, if there's any other guests and stuff that you would like to see. And join me over at Energy for guests over there talking specifically about mental health and drug abuse. If you don't know, if you haven't been following, my oldest son is about to leave us. He's about to head out to college. He is going to Elmira in New York. So we have just a few more weeks there. So, hey, my first episode just might be about sending your kid off to college and how did you deal with this. So if there's anybody out there who's already gone through this and you want to kind of give me some tips, hey, let's talk about it. I'm here for it. So with that, here is the outro. I want y'all to go and enjoy your beautiful Saturday. Thanks for rocking with me. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I would like to thank my guests for joining me, or simply thank you for watching the pre-recorded episode. No matter what your birth order is, how you self-identify, and whether you like pancakes or waffles. If this is the first time you're hearing it today, I want you to know that you are loved. You were put here for a purpose that only you can fulfill. Until next time, take care of yourself. Be sure that you like and share the videos, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell. This is Real Round out.